automatically, no matter what we have.
For Bella, obviously, she's battling this disease every day.
I know what it feels like to not want to get out of bed from bone pains and exhaustion and days on end, and not want to socialize or be around people because the anxiety and brain fog just isn't worth it.
I am united with the global Lyme Lions, and together we will fight for a Lyme-free world. Thank you, Anwar, Gigi, Bella, and all my friends. I love you. Thank you.
You guys, this one is truly heartbreaking. Bella Hadid has been incredibly open about her health journey over the years, but these past few weeks have reminded everyone just how much she has been battling through Lyme disease. What makes it even more emotional is seeing her strength in the middle of all of this pain, because even after sharing troubling hospital photos, Bella recently returned to the gym for the first time in months. Bella posted on Instagram stories that it was her first day in the gym in a long time, with a photo of her walking on the treadmill. Now, you guys, on the surface that might not seem like a big deal, but for Bella, this was a moment of real bravery. After 13 years of battling chronic neurological Lyme disease, even being able to walk in the gym again was proof that she is refusing to let this illness take away her fight. Her mom, Yolanda Hadid, immediately reposted Bella's story, cheering her on with the words, "I love you, go Bella, one day at a time." And that's exactly what this journey has been for Bella, one day at a time. Sometimes filled with pain, sometimes filled with small wins like this. Later that same day, Bella was spotted in Paris looking effortlessly chic in a trench coat and sunglasses. But even with her usual poise, the reality behind the photos is much heavier. Bella is still fighting every single day. And this short treadmill update reminded everyone just how much strength it takes to keep going. Now, before Bella showed the world that little treadmill victory, her mom, Yolanda Hadid, had already given fans a very different kind of update. And honestly, it broke a lot of hearts. About a week earlier, Yolanda shared several photos of Bella in the hospital, hooked up to IVs, along with a message that captured just how heavy this journey has been for both of them. She talked about how hard it's been to watch Bella struggle in silence for years, saying it cut her to the deepest core of hopelessness. Still, she admitted her own pain doesn't compare to what it feels like to watch her daughter suffer like this. In her post, Yolanda praised Bella's courage and called her relentless, even after all of the failed treatments and protocols that never worked. She said Bella hasn't truly been able to live her life since her diagnosis back in 2013, and instead, she's just learned how to exist inside what she called the jail of her own paralyzed brain. She finished by calling Bella a badass warrior, promising to have her back no matter how long this fight takes, and reminding her that miracles do happen. And that's the part that makes all of this hit so much harder, because Yolanda's post wasn't just about this one tough moment. It was about a fight that Bella has been carrying since she was a teenager. She was diagnosed with chronic neurological Lyme disease at just 16 years old, and she's been dealing with the symptoms ever since. Bella has been open about what this illness does to her daily life. We're talking about extreme fatigue, joint pain, brain fog, anxiety, even light and sound sensitivity. She said herself that some days it feels impossible to get out of bed, no matter how much she rests. And you guys, that's the scary part. From the outside, she might look like the picture of health, walking runways for Dior or posing for Vogue covers, but behind the scenes, she's been fighting invisible battles that most people never see.
After years of this, you begin to get used to living with this sickness instead of getting cured and moving on with life. Life isn't always what it looks like from the outside, and the hardest part of this journey is to be judged by the way you look instead of the way you feel.
It's why Yolanda's words about Bella not really living since her diagnosis hit so many people. Because modeling might have become Bella's career, but it wasn't her first love. She actually dreamed of becoming a professional equestrian, but Lyme disease forced her to give that up completely. She once admitted it was devastating to walk away from horses, but she told herself that everything happens for a reason.
But my treatment severely interrupted my days, and I eventually had to give up my horseback riding career that I dreamt of having since I was a kid and before I could remember, which was my dream of my life and what I did every single day until I got sick and kind of just stopped and realized I didn't have the brain power to really ride horses anymore. So that was the end of that.
And here's something that makes Bella's story even more difficult. She's not the only one in her family living with Lyme disease. Her mom, Yolanda, and her younger brother, Anwar, were both diagnosed as well. So this isn't even just Bella's fight. It's a fight the Hadid family has been carrying together for over a decade. Back in 2015, Yolanda spoke at the Global Lyme Alliance Gala and admitted that watching her kids suffer alongside of her was the hardest part of all. She said it struck her with the deepest hopelessness to know that her children were struggling in silence just to support her through her own illness. And you guys, that's what makes their bond so strong. It's not just about being there for Bella, it's about surviving something they all know firsthand. For Bella, that family support has been everything, because living with an invisible illness means people often judge you by how you look, not how you feel. And when the world sees her walking a runway, they don't see the brain fog, the anxiety, or the pain that can keep her in bed for days. But her family does. It's why Yolanda's words about Bella being a warrior resonate so deeply, because she knows exactly how much strength it takes just to get through one day with this disease. Now, when you look at Bella's journey, it hasn't been years of pain. It's been years of trial and error too. She's tried so many treatments, some that gave her hope for a while and others that didn't work at all. In 2023, Bella actually shared a really emotional update where she finally felt healthy after more than a decade of struggling. She had gone through over 100 days of intense treatment, and for the first time, she talked about feeling like she was able to just be herself again. That moment gave her fans a lot of hope because it looked like maybe she was finally turning a corner. Even her sister Gigi celebrated the updates online, saying she couldn't wait for Bella's comeback. But as we know now, that wasn't the end of her story. Just 2 years later, Bella was back in the hospital again, facing another round of setbacks. And that's the hard reality of Lyme disease. It doesn't go away after one treatment. And that's what makes Bella's story even more shocking, you guys. Because while she was dealing with all of these ups and downs privately, she was also becoming one of the biggest supermodels in the world. Think about it. She's battling brain fog, pain, exhaustion, but at the same time, she's walking the runways in Paris, Milan, New York, and London, and fronting campaigns for Dior, Versace, and Bulgari. Her career kicked off in 2014 when she signed with IMG Models, and she didn't waste any time in making her mark. By that fall, she was already on the run. From there, the momentum never stopped. Vogue covers, Harper's Bazaar, Elle, and by 2016, she was the face of Dior Beauty. Fast forward a few years, and she was no longer just a model. She was a cultural phenomenon. Everyone remembers that moment in 2023 when Coperni spray painted a dress directly on her body. It went viral instantly and cemented her as the face of high fashion innovation.
With her, with my future.
But behind every glossy magazine spread or iconic runway moment, there was Bella quietly pushing through her illness. Now, by 2024, Bella finally decided to step back and focus on her health. Instead of chasing more runway moments, she launched her fragrance line, Or Bella, showing that her future didn't have to depend on modeling alone.
Bella, what are you doing over there? You're making magic. This is incredible. Guys, we are reviewing something super special. Or Bella. The new Eternal Roots fragrance from Bella Hadid. I'm so excited to smell this. What I love so much about Orebella, obviously, who doesn't love Bella Hadid? She's the queen. But also, the idea behind Orebella is just so special. It's something so unique. This is a by-face fragrance. It has oils, nourishing ingredients for your skin. Let's see how it smells. Okay. Look at this. It's like an oil. Do I smell like Bella Hadid? I think so. It's a woody, fruity scent. The top notes are lychee, bergamot, and pink pepper. It smells so good. The middle notes are raspberry blossom, pink sugar, suede, and labdanum. That's a hard word to say. The base notes are papyrus, vetiver, birch smoke, and patchouli. It smells expensive. Like, I feel like wearing this, I smell rich. It smells really good. I feel so weird about putting fragrances on my body, but I love the fact that Orebella, you can spray this on your body and not feel like you're doing something wrong. Just so you guys know, the base for Orebella is insane. Like, the oils they use are not your typical oils. They're so good for your skin. It has snow mushroom, camellia oil, sweet almond oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, and shea oil. It feels delicious. And it also comes with some beautiful essential oils as well. Papyrus essential oil, bergamot essential oil, and vetiver root essential oil. So it's just this beautiful concoction of ingredients and oils and fragrance. It's just stunning. This is definitely the best Orebella fragrance they've ever launched. It smells So sexy.
And honestly, it was a powerful statement because for Bella, health had to come first, even if it meant stepping away from the very career she built against all odds. And while Bella has been stepping back to focus on her health, her mom, Yolanda, has been the one updating fans. But here's the thing, you guys, the way Yolanda shared it didn't sit right with everybody. She posted multiple photos of Bella in the hospital, hooked up to IVs, and it instantly turned into a conversation online. Some fans felt it was way too much. One tweet that went viral said, posting 200 pictures of her in the hospital from every angle is gross. She's happy to be sick? Another person questioned Yolanda directly, writing, does Yolanda not understand the privacy and vulnerability of her daughters? Is it too much to expose Bella like this? This situation is so bad. And honestly, those takes sparked a bigger debate about where the line is when it comes to sharing something this personal. Not everyone was dragging her though. A few comments came from a more caring place, like, I hope medical professionals can help Bella. But even with that, there were still plenty of people who thought Yolanda crossed into attention-seeking territory. One person flat out said, this is such attention-seeking behavior. She's posting the meds like it's an aesthetic. Now that's the tricky part. To Yolanda, it was probably about showing people just how real Bella's battle is, but online, not everyone saw it that way. To some, it felt like raising awareness, and to others, it felt like oversharing. And that's what makes this so unsettling, because while the internet debates Yolanda's choices, Bella is still fighting for her health in silence. She's showing small signs of strength, but at the same time, the hospital photos remind us how fragile things really are. And now everyone's left waiting, wondering if Bella's next update will be another hopeful step forward or another reminder of just how much this disease continues to take from her.